And so this is the lumen. I got it about 1 year ago to test how it worked out, and it's been 1 year. And the biggest problem I have with this is that once you stop paying for subscription, or if you don't pay for their subscription, this device essentially don't work anymore. So it's really a piece of, yeah, useless electronics now. So I wish that at the very least, right, I paid what, $200, $300 for this shipping, US dollars, right? I think it's US dollars, right? And also subscription about 150 per month, per year. And I stopped paying just about in January, because that's when it expired. And yeah, it doesn't work. And once the expiry, once you hit the expiry date, and I wish that at the very least, you know, I can still use this device, this, and maybe don't have all the functions that's available on the phone, right? At least I'm not wasting this device. If you, I think most of you have seen the reviews by other YouTubers about lumen. So basically it tracks you when you it calculates the carbon dioxide that you breathe out, and use it to determine if you're on, right, burning carbs or burning fats, right, for your metabolism, right? And what it does is that it does a recommendation of a meal plan for you. How many grams of carbs, how many grams of protein, how many grams of fats. Now the problem I have also is that if you're on low carb diet, which is like less than 10 grams per day, or right, you cannot force it you cannot tell it that you're on a ketogenic diet or carnivore diet, and it gives you the meal plan. What it does is it calculates based on your breath, and your recorded meals, and then it gives you a recommended meal plan based on the macros. Of course you don't have to follow it, but what's the point of me having something that I don't follow, right, all the time, and paying subscription $150 for it? The third thing is that you do not know the algorithm in which they use. In other words, if you are no longer using lumen, you will not know how it does the calculation in order for you to derive the amount of fat and protein that you eat. So you're none the wiser in terms of controlling your weight once you stop using the lumen, which I think doesn't really help users. It forces you to keep using the app and keep paying $150 per month, per year, which is not a lot for some people but could be a lot for some others, right? And to continue relying on it to eat based on the macros that is given to you, right? So I think that's also not too good. The what else? Yep. For those who really want to try, it takes about 1 week to 2 weeks of meticulous recording and breathing and breath taking. Okay, you need to make sure you wake up in the morning, breathe, and based on all the, like, before meal, you take a reading, and like 1 hour after meal take a reading, and then you make sure that you record those details of what you ate meticulously, in order for it to calculate how to interpret your, or what I say, to calibrate this device to your metabolism. Basically, then from there it will have a better idea whether you are in fat burning mode or in carb burning mode, or whatever. The reason is, I guess, different people will have different carbon dioxide output eating different things. So for me, for example, I may have a different carbon dioxide output compared to another person eating a low carb meal. So all of us may be on low carb and maybe in ketosis, but we have different carbon dioxide output, and that will, if they based on a kind of a fixed measurement, then somebody will always be in carb burning mode instead of fat burning mode, and that's why you need about 2 weeks to calibrate correctly. And I guess the fourth thing about what I didn't like is that the meals or the macros that are written inside is very much biased towards Western food, Western type food, bolognese, pasta, and blah blah blah, steak, obviously, chicken, and all those things. I mean, it doesn't have kong ba bao or kong ba. You know, you don't have ji qiong fan, laksa, things like that. Of course, I can't blame them. They really need to develop for Asian market or whatever, you know. So this is mostly targeted for Western audience anyway. And talking about that, so far, if you look at all the so-called promotions or marketing advertisements that come from Lumen, you do not see any fat people. I mean, okay, you don't see anybody who's obese, right? You do not see anybody, hey, I was morbidly obese and I used the Lumen and I lost weight in 10 months and look at me now. I don't think that I have seen any of these advertisements. All of the advertisements they have done are with very nice look, are with probably models, right, with nice bodies. And so what's the point, right? It doesn't show the effectiveness of the device, because these are people that don't even need your device, right? So I think if they have done better advertisement, or they have better show that it does work for people who are obese, you know, or whatever, and if they follow the lumen and the plans, it will help them with the weight control. It doesn't. And the same thing with YouTubers who review this. Most of them are pretty fit. I don't think they really need the lumen, right? Even after 1 year or whatever, I don't think they really need the lumen to show you how good they are or how good it works. So whether it works for them or not, it shouldn't matter, right? So I mean, the main purpose of this is to help you to manage your weight, right? If you're already if all the marketing material or whoever's doing the reviews are all very fit looking people, it doesn't show the effectiveness of this product, right? Talking about this product, I mean, the one thing good about the product is that I think it's very well built. It even have a magnetic little, see, I like the cover, magnetic, sorry, it's a very nice magnetic cover. It's very well built, and the Bluetooth works very well. So I never have a lost Bluetooth connection when I'm connecting these two devices together. And because I've used a number of other devices, some devices just the Bluetooth will just get lost halfway between connections, and sometimes I have to reset the connection. So in terms of technology wise, I think it's quite a solid technology. But in terms of whether I can use it, for me it's totally not useful. And plus, I'm not really a person who likes to write down like track my macros, understand like, oh, I'm eating this much fats at all. So it really doesn't help me. And plus, I'm on carnivore diet for the last 6 years, and most of the time I'm really in ketosis unless I'm eating carbs a lot, and so I don't really need to know about that, right? So anyway, yeah, I think it's good for people who really need the discipline about keeping track of your macros and just following the plan to eat. But I don't know how effective is it in terms of weight loss for them, but I think it will be effective, because ultimately whatever macros they give, I think is based on a slightly lower carb version, maximum about 100 grams I've seen of carbs. So I think if you keep eating like that, you probably would lose weight, right? So somebody who needs a lot of discipline and needs a lot of love tracking everything they do, this is probably a good device to use. But I don't know whether it's effective or not if you're already obese or whatever, or you have metabolic problems, or you have diabetes for that matter, right? So so that's my review of the lumen. It's trash now. I can't use it anymore.